This is one of the best episodes of the new era. It's up there with the Cody blindside and Survivor 43. Here are all my takeaways from episode 12 of Survivor 47. A major storyline this week was the rise of a new villain in Teenie. Up until this point in the season, Teenie's edit was relatively positive, but this episode takes a complete 180. When Genevieve says that Rachel is a bigger jury threat, Teenie accuses Genevieve of threatening them. Later on, we get Teenie criticizing Sam for his decision to bring Andy on reward. I know that Teenie will get a lot of hate online this week, so I'll try to add a positive spin. This entire saga surrounding Teenie is good for Survivor. Part of what makes Survivor great for me is the clashing of personalities. Now, obviously I think Teenie is in the wrong here, but this outburst adds a lot of entertainment to the episode. Headed over to the voting dynamics, the Underdog Alliance entered this episode fully prepared to vote out one of either Sam or Genevieve on the bottom. All of this changes when Andy correctly identifies himself as number 5 in the majority. The issue is that an Andy flip would not drastically change the numbers. He is still down 3 to 4 if he were to work with Genevieve and Sam. That takes us to Operation Italy, which I will try my best to explain here. The plan starts with Andy appearing to remain completely loyal to the Underdog Alliance. Once he gains their trust, he can convince them to split the vote between Genevieve and Sam. This split vote hinges on the idea that Genevieve holds an idol. Andy does a good job in promoting this rumor, and Genevieve is active in creating a fake idol and showing it to Teenie. From the perspective of the Underdog Alliance, it does not matter who Sam and Genevieve vote against because their side has the numbers. In reality, Andy will flip to vote out Caroline. This group initially intended on voting out Rachel, but she won individual immunity. There are so many ways that this plan could have fallen apart, so it's wild that this trio was successful. I listed some of the potential dangers of this plan on this slide. So this is an incredible move by Andy. I'll have an entire video coming out later this week describing Andy's game, but long story short, I think he's playing the best game on the island. That leaves Caroline in 7th place. I don't think that Caroline necessarily popped off screen this season from a character perspective, but I believe that she played one of the best strategic games on the season. Prior to her elimination, Caroline was working in the majority alliance at every possible tribal council. I find Caroline's alliance with Sue particularly impressive. She knocks out Sue's #1 ally in Gabe at the final 9, and she fills that spot for her. I also think that Caroline had a strong vision of the endgame. If she rolls to the final 4 with that alliance of Rachel, Teenie, and Sue, she's in a spot where she can knock out Rachel at 4 and win the season. Looking at the alliance dynamics for next week, we have this battle between 3-person alliances. I will hardcore root for that group of Andy, Genevieve, and Sam, but I doubt that they will win. Between Sue's idol, Rachel's idol, and Rachel's vote block, that alliance holds all of the power moving forward. It's kind of sad because I bet the endgame of this season would be much more entertaining if you had the same alliance dynamics without all of the production-infused advantages.